Well, hey there. How's it going? Welcome to the motorcycle vlogs. I'm done with my bike. No, I'm not. But really, I'm close. I'm so close. And it's really late and I'm really tired. But I got excited, so I wanted to give an update video on my progress. So let's do that. Let's look at the bike now. Alright, so there it is. There's my Chinese uh, enduro in progress. Chinese dirt bike being transformed into an enduro. Now, first things you might notice right off, I did kind of a double-decker fender thing, and tucked up under there is really dark, but you might be able to see that clear taillight is mounted in there. Oh, so that was fun, spiffy. Let's roll on up here to the front of here. And my dorky little fender is just sitting there. I got my front turn signals mounted. Yay! So I made this crude little bracket. Don't mind all the mess on the floor. That's what you get when you wire stuff or create wiring harnesses out of scratch. So this is my dorky little crude bracket. When I first put it on the bike, I was like, geez. Well, I made it to the length of where I wanted to mount the turn signals. I wanted to mount them that far out and at that height and all that. But I put it up there. I was like, geez, that thing's long and awkward, and it dominated like part of the front end of the bike, and I didn't have the gas tank on at the time, so I was like, geez, that's nasty, Frankenstein looking. I put the tank on and I kind of looked at it for a while, and yeah, it's fine. One thing I do like about it though is the way it's kind of a boxed in piece of angle, really. It's not a full square. It hides the wires for the turn signals, so they're hidden behind there, so that's cool. And it does the job, so that's good. And that's really what this project is all about, is making this bike street legal and make it into a commuter bike with the least amount of money. Not necessarily the least amount of effort, although I do want to keep it simple. Stupid. But yeah. Anyways, also it's really dark under here, so you probably can't see. Let me see if I can lighten that up. No. Well, right here is the horn. Come on. Yeah, there you can see. Mounted the horn is actually mounted to the inside of this little wind catch on the side of the tank. There's the wires going to the frame. So that's where my horn is mounted. At least here for Washington State, you do need a horn and turn signals to make a bike legal on the road. So, and mirrors, 2 mirrors. But you've already seen my mirrors. Alright, moving on. Let's show you some of the wiring. I'm so close to being done with this. Really, the only thing I have left electrically, the taillight is wired in, but the brake light portion of it is not wired yet. I do have a switch on that on the front brake. You can hear that there. I'm probably just going to go with that. You only need one brake wired to the brake light just to get it to pass legal. I do have a rear brake switch that I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to mount it. Probably going to have to weld on some sort of bracket to be able to mount it. So that's why I'm probably just going to go with the front brake switch for now. And that's that wire you see hanging down there. That is for the brake light. Anyways, let's pop the seat and take a look at my spiffy wiring harness. Wow, look at that mess. It's a messy mess of jumble wires. So, okay, let me give you a brief rundown. I will eventually, definitely once I'm finished, make a more all-inclusive overview of my wiring system. In my last video, I gave kind of a demonstration of how I was going to go about it and my little drawn-up schematic. But yeah, so anyways, so this is my nifty new little tiny, super small rectifier regulator that, if you watch some of my old videos, I burned out my old one doing some welding on the frame, and it wasn't the right one anyways, but I had made it work. This thing works much better, so I was happy about that. And it's a lot smaller, so I can tuck it into smaller places. Anyways, so I have power, AC power coming in from the bike, coming into the regulator, and then it does its magic inside of there. There's little magicians in there, and they turn that AC electricity to DC. The DC negative comes to here and just grounds to the frame. Most bikes and cars, the frame is ground. So when I'm wiring up my lights and everything, really all I have to worry about is running power to them and not bringing ground back, because I can just ground to the frame wherever the thing is. So like that horn that's up under there, the wire just goes right to the frame to ground. So anyways, so that goes to ground there, and then the DC positive runs up. Actually, it runs over to my little bolt junction. Right? Yeah, right. Runs to my bolt junction. This is really getting dark. There we go. So this is my positive junction point. Power coming off the regulator comes to here. It goes to the battery, which I've put an inline fuse on this time, 20 amp. If anybody's electricians out there, and I'm not an expert at this, I have learned a lot lately on how to do this. I don't know if 20 amp is going to be too high to really do a good job, if I need a 15 amp or if I need higher at a 30 amp or whatever. If anybody knows, let me know, please. Anyways, yeah, this is my battery. It's just a cell pack that I have zip tied to my frame. This is out of a cordless drill, actually. So this is the cells pulled out of the battery pack of a cordless drill. That's my battery. It actually works pretty good, the testing that I did. Anyways, so yeah, power goes to the junction, goes to the battery, and then anywhere else I need power on my bike comes off of that bolt right there. Now obviously I'm not going to leave that exposed like that, and I've actually been doing as much protecting and sealing and waterproofing as I can with this system. Like you can kind of see right on here, I have some, well, let me just show you. I kind of cover up the brand here. Liquid tape. It's liquid electrical tape. Brush on electrical tape. I think I'll just let you see the brand. Anyway, so I've been using regular electrical tape to bundle my wiring harness as just a way to keep everything neat and tidy and protect it and make it look good. And then on the connectors and stuff like that, I've been using, see, this actually has a rubber coating over it right here, but that liquid electrical tape is awesome so far. I haven't really op tested it, but it's doing a good job, I think. And I'm going to cover up this junction with some electrical tape or something to kind of protect it from shorting out and corrosion and all that. This is my turn signal blinker. El Cheapo. It's got some crap on it. Just these are for a car. I just got it at the local auto shop, auto parts store, and it's so lightweight, and it's got its own protective case. I'm just going to stick it right there, and there it shall sit. It's going to be held down right there by the seat, and it's just going to kind of cradle in those wires there, and that's how it's going to sit. I put a disconnect switch from the lights, so when this switch is off, the bike can still charge the battery, but it will not run the lights. So that way, when I don't have a key switch on this, so this is basically my key switch, sort of. That way it shuts off the lights. I can shut off the lights and it won't drain the battery while the bike is off. But I can actually turn the lights on when the bike is off as well. Anyways, yeah, that's without getting into all the connections all over the bike. I will take off the gas tank and show you the whole circuit someday. But yeah, just a little bit of advice, I guess, is keep everything neat when you're doing any work like this. You want to keep everything neat and tidy, and electrical tape does that. It helps protect it as well. And zip ties. Zip ties are awesome. They secure everything nice and tight and keep it looking neat as well. And that helps you when later on when you're doing maintenance and stuff like that, keeping track of wires. If you have a rat's nest and you got to work on your electrical system, I know this does look like a rat's nest, but it'll keep everything easier going. These are my rear turn signal wires that I still have to mount and wire in. So yeah, brake switch, brake lights, and rear turn signals, and then I'm pretty much done. Then it's off to inspection. Try to get this thing inspected and legal. So yeah, pretty cool, eh? Not. No, but it's intriguing, interesting, and I like it. It's kind of an experiment and a project, and it's Chinese and cheap. I mean, inexpensive. So it's fun. It's fun to work on. It's a fun project. That thing, yeah, it's still sitting there. Pretty much the same condition. That is one hell of a project. I will finish it after this one. Alright guys. So from the motorcycle vlogs, so long, take care, and happy riding.